who moves on to the semifinals. Well, speaking of exciting matches, we're underway.
And speaking of exciting, ding off the foul pole.
Absolutely. You want exciting matches. I'm not going to spoil the results, but we may have seen the match of the tournament, or rather the game of the tournament between Random Effect and Crystal Saver. Not going to spoil the results, but it was a thriller. Hopefully, we're going to see just as many fireworks in this match. RC Drone, the first to level 3's position. It's level 5.
The way these flag sets work, the levels are going to be at their vanilla spots, but the levels are shuffled amongst them. So, you could find, say, level 5 where we found it at level 3. You could find level 1 at Spectacle Rock.
No bombs for either players right now, but we do have a room full of Gibdos for both Drone and Rick. We'll see if any of them get lucky. Remember that bombs can drop on the 1, the 6, and the 8 on the global counters. And RC Drone's going to be a much tougher fight because he does not have the beam sword. Rick does have the beam sword, so he has long-range attacks. But the bad news is, if bombs do spawn, he won't be able to get them anyways. If it's on the right side, that is.
Well, Drone not able to get the bombs anyway, but the reward is a key, which is good at this early stage. But that's not good.
Yeah, we see the good old-fashioned key and ladder block with a dig dogger, so there is no more progress for these runners here in level 5, so they'll have to come back later. So, level pegging for both Drone and Rick.
Looks like Drone's looking for a bomb drop off of these moblins. The enemy HP is shuffled plus or minus 2 HP, and Drone having no luck with the bombs.
Drone heading for vanilla level 1 here, and we'll see what he's finding. Speaking of bombs, our first bomb drop goes to Rick 2 minutes in. It's level 7, and our... Oh, he didn't pick it up. Oh, our medium secret, Leslie. I think the game knows who's doing commentary tonight.
Yep, that it does. It knows which combo is on the mic, so it decides to be a bit of a stinker.
Yep, that is the minimum medium secret. It's anywhere between 25 and 40 rupees. That is bottom dollar. But I'll tell you what, it is bottom dollar. That's nice. Blue Octoroks, or not, yeah, Blue Octoroks, the slow-moving variety, go down in one hit. More bombs for Rick.
Oh.
Boy, those bomb
prices. Yeah, those bomb prices. No way, no thank you.
That's a 70% markup. At least the wood arrows rolled down to 65 rupees, so that's a nice discount there, as Drone sees the bad news that the medium secret is only 25 rupees. But now we do know that the Armos item is going to be behind that vanilla 30 secret Armos. Rick is in level 7. But
ladder block.
Boy, more blocks than a Blockbuster's Gold Run bonus round board, and Drone somehow gets past the firing squad and safely into vanilla level 6's location, where we have level 6, oddly enough.
He'll be able to pirouette one of those locked doors, opts to go the other way, and finds an immediate ladder block.
In ladder blocks, I'm telling you, all 9 levels are going to be ladder block today. Rest assured. So you know what that means? I'm gonna take a guess here. I'm gonna say ladders are Armos item.
It might be, but we got blue Wizrogues in this level 6, and an early staircase. This could be good, but what's not good is getting grabbed by the likes.
I know something? Level 6 is in level 6's location. The palette color is the same as vanilla level 6, and the enemy set is the same as vanilla level 6, and Drone finding a big treasure in the recorder.
That's a heck of a find. I don't know if Rick's gonna go for that, so that could be advantage RC Drone as we find where the ring is sold, at least.
Yep, and to tell you what, Drone, this is one of the reasons, and he is yoinking the Triforce away from that enemy. That is the first Triforce on the board for Drone, just under 5 minutes in.
Yep, he picked the Gibdo's pocket. And he's going to be up 1-0 in the Triforce count as a result of that maneuver. Instead of heading to Recorder Lake, is heading elsewhere.
And Drone's going to head for Vanilla Level 9's location. This could be a good play here, unless, of course, it happens to be Level 9, because let's say it's Level 1 and Drone, doesn't make it up as fast as maybe he could. We're going to find out if this is a good level for Rick, and it is Level 1!
Yes, that is a good level for Rick, because you can get 3 items here with Heart Shuffle on. I mean, the only thing that could stop that is potentially a ladder block. I mean, well, we've already seen enough of those already.
Yeah, we've seen 3 ladder blocks. If Drone was able to find the workaround to get both the Recorder and the Triforce, didn't get the second item. We'll see if it comes into play or not. Did pick up a heart container from the coast up to 4 hearts. That's one of the 4 take any spots.
Rick not spending a key just yet.
Yeah, level 1 tends to be one of those dungeons that is littered with locked doors, so he's going to try and reserve on keys as much as he can. We find the heart container, but it is guarded by blue gorillas that do a heart of damage each, and you see the power of those bananas right there.
Yep, those bananas are deadly.
Oh, we have cheap bait. 44 rupees, that's a pretty good discount. We're talking quite a bit. That's a 16 rupee, do the math, that's 26 2/3% of a discount. And there is another heart container, so no ladder in the Armo spot. Up to 5 hearts now is Drone.
So possibly the ladder could be right there in level 1. I was about to say white sword item, but I guess that one's
Well, Leslie Pro, as I always like to say, all you have to do is talk about something and the situation presents itself. That's a humongous find there for Rick. And we've already seen a couple of ladder block dungeons, so if it takes a while for Drone to get to Death Mountain here, this could give Rick a little bit of a leg up early against Drone as we find another ladder block, a Chevy room here in level 4. Now, Rick is just looking for both the Triforce and the staircase item. I'll tell you what, that level is shaping up to look like almost level 2's shape, but in reverse. And Drone is blocked out of level 4 as well. That is 4 ladder blocks.
Luck like that is why I don't play the lottery, admittedly.
So we'll see what Drone's next play is. It could be towards Vanilla Level 5's location.
Ladder is helping against the enemies in this room because those bubbles are just obnoxious.
Wow, they certainly are here. Yeah, bubbles, when you get hit by them, you're losing access to your sword for a few seconds. Sometimes they'll do buffers on these bubbles to avoid taking bigger damage, like against Wizrobes, but it's still annoying to take damage, lose access to your sword. Drone guaranteed the white sword item. What do we have here? Well, what do you know? Another heart.
Well, Rick in a room of Gibdos possibly could get a bomb drop here. Maybe not now that I've mentioned it, because as you always say, Laws, the game knows.
Yep, absolutely. So, yep, we have double hearts. One behind the recorder spot, or one behind the Armo spot, and one behind the old man. Do we go 3 for 3 and find a heart container on the coast? Time will tell.
But it is time to name that ink blot. Ooh, this is nasty. Locked in a room with a 4-headed Glia.
Yeah, wouldn't it be something if the Triforce was here? Well, Rick is going to give it a shot. It's 10 hits for the first head, 6 for all subsequent heads. However, every time you get hit by their fireballs, you're going to lose a full heart. So Rick can only take one more hit, or he'll be down for the count. This is a very tough fight. Now he is down to his last heart, and got the third head, but unfortunately that was just too much for Rick. Hopefully there's just nothing there.
Yeah, I hear you there now. He could have taken some damage buffers off of the heads, which would have only done 3/8 of a heart of damage, but you can only do that twice in that situation.
Yeah, it's a very difficult situation indeed. rcdrone in level 8. This is another dungeon that has 3 items, but it is much bigger in size than level 1. It's anywhere between. Well, good news for Rick, he knows now he doesn't have to defeat that Gliok because we just found the Triforce. Now he's just looking for the staircase. Oh boy, look at that ink blot.
Holy smokes, name that ink blot, and yes, that is a segmented level 8 in shapes. You get a segmented dungeon, you are getting an extra transport staircase, and it's another heart container for Rick.
Oh man, we've seen so many hearts already. That is it. What's that? 4 hearts we have seen already out of the 9 in the shuffle. So Rick is going to be done with this level 1, and he'll grab this Triforce, so he'll be on the board. Well, looking at that ink blot, Leslie, the right is 100% a boot.
Yep, a boot, and on the left, I couldn't tell you. If I had to take a guess, that's the ink blot version of the 2008 comedy skit, Boot to the Head.
Yeah, boot to the head. That is a great answer. I'll give you that one, Leslie Pro. Rick does get the Triforce out of level 1. So yeah, this is going to be a difficult tour of level 8 here for Drone. Now, he finds the Triforce, but he is not going to hit the gamble here.
Now, he did Kananaki and get a key for his effort.
And this is definitely an above average size level 8. It's 35 rooms. Level 8 generally is between 27 and 41 rooms. So yeah, 35 is on the upper end of that spectrum. Drone picks up his Triforce in 8, so now he's got 2 Triforce pieces on the board. Let's see if he decides to go back, or if there's nothing else really he can do in level 8 right now. And he's out. Meanwhile, Rick is going to check this Armo statue, but this is not very... I've seen worse screens than this, but still not easy. Ooh, we find the candle. Rick has enough cash, so he's going to purchase that 61 rupee candle. Nice choice.
Nice choice indeed, because that opens up the level at First Quest 8, which requires fire to enter.
Drone has 47 rupees and hates to do it, but he is going to spend 34 rupees on that 4-pack. He has been short on bombs pretty much all night so far. Meanwhile, Rick getting double drops from the Octorok.
Sometimes the bomb-dropping RNG is like that. It won't give it to you when you absolutely need it, and then other times you just get loaded up out of nowhere, even when you don't need it.
Well, Drone, look at this. He's making the play to level 1. Rick making the play to guarantee himself the white sword item. But Drone's about to have his ladder very shortly. We're about to find out how much that large secret is going to be. Anywhere between 50 and 150 rupees. And... Poverty Seed confirmed, Leslie!
Oh, yeah, 67? Game, come on, you can do better than that.
Isn't that what, I don't know, isn't that what Tiger Woods shot to win his 82nd career tournament this Sunday?
Basically.
I don't know if it was 67 or not,
Yeah,
Leslie.
it could have been that, not sure. Sunday was a busy day for me.
Right. Anyways, Drone here in level 1. Rick, about to find out what our ladder item on the coast is, and he does have the ladder, so he'll be able to pick it up if it's something desirable. And he's going to check for us right now. What do we have on the coast? Wand. Well, there's our wand, so that's a nice offensive upgrade. Not a progression item, but he'll take it.
Oh, absolutely. I'd take it too, because any bit of offense you can get is a plus, especially at this early stage.
Yep. And Rick now going to burn vanilla level 8 to find level 2. Another good find for Rick. Small dungeon, 2 items on the floor.
Also worth noting, the only way you'll find a staircase here is if you have a segmented level 2.
I figured out what that enemy is. It's one of the enemies in the Atari 2600 game Dark Cavern who has a very funky hairstyle, a bad hair day.
Probably must have stuck his finger into an electrical socket while his hair was wet, which is a bad idea to begin with.
Unfortunately, Drone, bad idea, getting bopped around, taking a death in level 1, so back to start he goes. Rick got his Triforce out of level 2 and will go back in because he did not pick up either of the 2 items. There's a map, not a segmented level 2. 14 rooms. It was the same size as level 1, so both level 1 and level 2 being on the small side.
And that is a blue Goma, and you can't bomb, so that is likely an old man room.
Well, hopefully Rick can bomb down here, and sure enough he can. We'll see if that Goma is required to get the item. Compass useless now, as Rick has already picked up his Triforce in 2. Let's see what we have here. You said an old man, and boom! You are correct.
And this old man wants to fight.
Drone's still trying to find the items out of level 1. Rick's still trying to find the items here in level 2. Nice. You see the Gorillas rolled down to, I think, to 2 HP. They go down in a single wand shot, so that's nice.
It is worth noting that the Gorillas look like Link sprites is because Rick is playing as a gorilla.
That is correct. And, oh, you can't be taking a hug on those Gibdos there, Rick. You're going back to start as Drone finds his heart container. And guess what? He is going to leave it behind. He's confident with 8 hearts, folks.
Yeah, but how good rcdrone is, I am not surprised to see him leave that behind at all. Besides, when was the last time I saw Drone pick up mags? I can't think of it.
Never. And if he did pick it up, it was probably way back in the first tournament when I was still green in commentary. So Rick back to that room that he took a death in. Gonna skip it for now. Could be a drop later, and more Gibdos, because hey, this wasn't enough Gibdos for Rick to handle.
Well, actually, he skipped that room because there was a small key being held by one of those Gibdos. He already picked it up.
Nice observation there. As Drone gets his... Yep. Triforce for Drone. I'm assuming at this point he had to have found the ladder. There's another heart container. And, yeah, he had to have gotten the ladder. We couldn't get a good look at his inventory, but he had to have picked up the ladder.
The Goma's holding it. Whatever it is, the item's Goma blocked.
Ooh, and if it's something required, like say, oh, I want to see it. I want to see wooden arrow-guarded silver arrows.
Well, with the price they're at, even at a poverty seed, this would not be a bad seed to see that happen.
Rick now up to 8 hearts, same amount as Drone, and Drone goes to the coast. He'll go ahead and pick up his wand. Yep. So both runners have the same combat advantage. Rick now going to head for vanilla level 2, which was level 4. Now remember, Drone was ladder blocked out of this dungeon, so Rick will have a shot at getting some progression done.
That he will, but ooh, blue dark nuts. Not something I like going against personally.
And I guess Rick doesn't want to use his bombs up early, so he's going to come back later? No, he's looking for a pirouette trick. Nope, no dice.
Yeah, no dice here on that, so he's gonna have to proceed forward.
Rick gotta be careful here. Down to 1 heart. They do 2 hearts of damage, and he's getting cornered fast. He's got to make a move, and that's too many dark nuts. Yeah,
one thing he could have done is exited the room and then gone back in to maybe save the one that had died. But now, because he didn't do that, they all reset.
And Rick will just come back later when he might have jewelry, perhaps. This is a segment to level 4, by the way. And look at this! Drone
oh my goodness.
the bow in the Chevy room. You needed a ladder to get that prize. So that is a bad break there for Rick.
Yeah, that was the break that Rick could not afford to have happen, which unfortunately did happen. So that's really put him behind the 8 ball here.
And it's a triple segmented level 4 at the very least, Leslie.
Oh my goodness, I want to see this map, but now that I've said that, we probably won't see it.
I was just about to say, you know what this means, Leslie? We ain't gonna find the map here in level 4.
Level 4 was at level 2.
Alright, and Rick gets another heart container. He's now currently got a 20% chance at the magical sword. Something that could really help him out. 20% chance, though. Not great odds, but you just never know. Find our bomb upgrade, but drone well short of the cash needed. Good cheap price, though, but not even close to having enough cash. Rick is going to head for vanilla level 5 now.
Yeah, right now Mads would be Rick's best bet from a combat standpoint. However, the longer he goes before going back to level 4, the greater the disadvantage he is at.
There's bombs. Drone's just going to leave them behind. He's able to do the ladder clip through the T room. Now finds the compass. Now knows where the Triforce is. Just based on how many rooms we've already explored, I think this is going to be triple segmented. I don't find this being quad.
I'd be very surprised if it were quad, even by way of a one-off.
I mean, there could be a one-off. It's always possible. And it's a red herring for drone. No item there.
Or no staircase to another segment, for that matter.
Alright, so Rick here in level 8. We didn't find any of the 3 items, though, so maybe Rick can get some kind of advantage back. Rupees guard the Triforce here in this level 4. As drone proceeds to the right, maybe this is going to be our staircase item. He's going to push it. This has got to be the staircase item, right?
At this point.
Ooh!
Ooh,
That's
nice.
Beautiful find there. That's going to double rcdrone's attack power with that white sword. Remember, generally not a mags player, so he's already set in the offensive department. I mean, jewelry is a nice bonus for him. He could definitely beat this without the jewelry. His drone gets his Triforce out of level 4, so he's up to 4 Triforce pieces. And man, level 4 could be the difference in this race, folks, just based on how these runners are routing. But again, a lot of game left. Bombs for Rick here. Here's a staircase for Rick. Could be a transport staircase. I remember that level 8 was segmented, so there's going to be 2 sets of transport staircases. That's one of them, and Rick is saying, no way, Jose.
Yeah, he's
Meanwhile,
saying
drone,
that yet.
He's making the purchase. He's making the purchase. And remember, the second item in level 2 doesn't know it. Drone doesn't know it yet. But I'm telling you, I don't know how he does it, but he just routes perfectly nearly every time. And if it's silver arrows, this race could be over. Now Rick is going to take the transport staircase as RC Drone now in level 5. Remember, we were ladder blocked out of this dungeon. We had 4 ladder blocks early on.
At least those 4 ladder blocks that were early and not late and deep into dungeons, because that would be obnoxious.
That would be rude. Drone, good job on that dig dog, but did take a bop at the end. Luckily got a heart drop from it, so it's back up to 2 hearts. They do 2 hearts of damage, and when you have Koreas in this kind of room, this is tough, but Drone, we've seen him with the combat before. That was a beautiful room there by Drone.
Rick is trying to find the bomb hole, but no luck there. He did not find the map, which was in the early part.
Yeah, so this is going to be a little bit tougher of a level 8 for Rick here, especially if we have to play Find the Bomb Hole. There's another key. There's the map in level 5, and that's a decent size for a level 5. Well, I'll say that's a decent size. That's 26 rooms, which is definitely on the upper end. The biggest level 5 I've ever seen is 28 rooms. We find a heart container on the ground for drone.
But more importantly for AdirondackRick, he found the any key off the floor in level 8, so he will not have to worry about keys for the rest of the way.
Yeah, that's a great pickup there for Rick. If level 9 turns out to be one of those level 9s that has a lot of locked doors and not many keys to offer, and who knows, rcdrone may not come back to level 8, especially if he gets into Triforce and Go mode. There's the transport for drone. Since this is not a segment to level 5, next staircase he finds will be a staircase item.
Drone's just cleaning up these rooms so easily.
And when you have that white sword wand combination, Leslie, it makes combat for someone like rcdrone a breeze. There's a fairy that Rick desperately needed there. He's up to 8 hearts now all of a sudden. There's the map, and he sees the trouble he's in right now.
Yep.
There's the red candle. Drone did not have a candle at the time, so that's actually a good find for a drone. That's going to save him some cash.
Yep, it's gonna save him from needing to do a bit of a money grind to be able to afford the blue candle. So
by the way,
time save.
Go ahead and finish your statement, then I'll tell you my statement.
Go ahead.
The ink plot, I know what that thing is. You know in Metroid, those birds that come out of those pipe-shaped thingamabobs? That's what that is.
Yep.
Alright, so we're continuing to explore here in this level 8 as Drone finds his Triforce out of level 5. That's already 5 Triforce pieces for Drone. He is done with that level 5. He can move on to another level. Rick finds the other 90 rupee bomb upgrade, and man, when it rains, it pours. So let me get this straight. Poverty Seed, 34 rupee bombs, and the minimum bomb upgrade of +2. Go figure.
Yep. And Rick basically did what we were all thinking, which is why I chuckled. He decided to drop a bomb on the Zold that was selling the bomb upgrade.
I would have done the
stuff
same.
like that.
I would have done the same thing. Now Drone has found level 3. That's the first time we've been in level 3 tonight. I do believe this was the recorder spot. We hadn't checked that yet.
Yep, Recorder Lake confirmed. Means the raft is going to be needed to enter level 9, as that is what we haven't seen yet. And look, another segmented dungeon. That
is crazy. So we've had a segmented level 3, a segmented level 8, a triple segmented level 4. So we haven't seen level 6's map. And on Drone's case, we're probably not going to see it unless there's an item required there. And oh man, everything is just not coming up Rick tonight as we find the book.
We don't have Atlas flags active, so there's really no need for that unless you're needing to use the wand for fire.
And there is not much of this level 8 to be scavenged in. I don't know if Rick is blocked from the 3rd item, but it looks like he may be making a beeline for that Triforce as we find a heart on the ground for Drone. He's up to 10 hearts, which is a 20% chance of magical sword, but there is 0% chance he's going after it. He's already set in combat as he finds his Triforce, but he wants that staircase item.
But that could be the transport.
And it is. It's probably on the upper end of that level 3. That would be my guess. Rick going back to try to find that third and final item before he gets his Triforce. I'm going to tell you right now, if the raft is not here, ooh, he could be recorder blocked from that room, potentially. No, there's a workaround. I'm telling you, Leslie, if raft is not here in level 8, drone might have a lead too great.
Certainly possible, but it's not over until we see that done on the IRC.
There's the power bracelet for drone, which he doesn't need. That grants access to the 4 power bracelet spots scattered among Hyrule, but drone will just leave it behind. He's already got the recorder.
Yeah, before the recorder, the power bracelet is definitely a good find once you have it. Nah, not so much.
Unfortunately, Rick having just a little bit of trouble crossing the river, but he does get across. Does see that there's a workaround, but he can't bomb to the left. Interesting. Drone gets his Triforce out of 3. He's only 2 pieces away. This could be our third item, or it could be the other segment. That's our item, and it's a heart container!
Oh boy, there are times where Rando just says, nope, you made the wrong turn on you.
I'm telling you.
And tonight it's doing that to Rick ad nauseum.
I'm telling you, Rick has not played terribly tonight. It's just drone, somehow or other, always seems to sniff out these routes, and he's doing it 100% right here. Right now, I'm calling it. It's either going to be the silver arrows behind that Goma, or it's going to be the raft. One or the other.
If it's the raft, then I'm calling silvers in 9.
At least it could give Rick a sliver of hope if the silvers are in 9. Then they have to go on that wild goose chase. You know, level 9, we call it the great equalizer for a reason, Leslie, so anything is still possible, but right now, drone is in a pretty favorable spot. He's going to pick up his Triforce out of level 2. That's going to be his 7th Triforce piece.
Ironically, the one he hasn't picked up, the 1 out of 7.
You know what they always say, never 7, but 7 could be the ticket to that raft. You just never know. Or, excuse me, yeah, the raft. Rick is back here in level 5. Remember, he was ladder blocked like drone was earlier. So right now, the situation is this. If the raft and the silver arrows are both here in level 7, rcdrone's in Triforce and Go mode. Or actually, yeah, he'll be in Go mode. Just needs to get the Tringle out of 7, and he's on his way to 9. And we find our first Mugger room, and bad news for Drone, he does not have the magical key out of level 8, so his toll is either give up one of your heart containers or forfeit 5 of your keys. Since there's really not much of interest on the other side of that Mugger, he'll just up an A and save his stuff.
Understandable. That's always a good defense for a Mugger room that you don't have to pay. Now, it's too bad we didn't find that earlier, because then we could have had a zombie mode situation, but nope, not tonight.
As Rick gets his map out of level 5, Drone finds the transport staircase in level 7. There's going to be at least one of them. So the next staircase he finds could be our item. Ooh, Drone finding the jewelry on the floor. He's going to be dead set for level 9. He's in great shape.
Oh, man, that puts Drone at a massive advantage. He's set with offense. He's set with defense. Now he just needs the silvers and the raft.
Gets the Triforce out of level 7. That is all 8 Triforce pieces, 9 Triforce pieces. Good one, LOZ. He can't go to level 9, though, just yet. He has unfinished business. He's got to find the raft first, at the very least. Silvers could still be an item. There's still a lot of possibilities.
I believe this was the red candle room or the transport.
It was the red candle.
Rick's leaving it. Don't blame him.
Not at this point. I mean, he's up against rcdrone. He knows that every second counts here. Drone going back to 2, because remember, he took the Triforce and bailed, didn't find either of the items. And he's gonna take this down. We need 3 wooden arrows to take down the blue Goma.
This is the item, and I think it's the raft.
Could be. It could be. No, it is the scrap metal, and it was right on Drone's feet. He's just going to pick it up for posterity's sake. So, any fans of the magical boomerang, you are in luck.
As Rick gets the Triforce out of level 5, not over yet, folks, not by a long shot, because the second item in 7 could be the raft.
Yeah, little does Rick know that bow block is not going to be required to get the raft, which is starting to lead me to believe more and more. So we have options. 6. Don't think we found one of the items in 6, but we didn't find the floor item. Then there's also the staircase item in level 7. We didn't find that either. So right now, there is a 50-50 chance. Check that. There's a 2 out of 3 chance that the silver arrows are in level 9.
To answer a question in chat, with this flag set, important items outside of the silver arrows cannot be in level 9. And with where level 9 is positioned, there's no way the raft can be there, because there are sanity checks in place to make sure that the seed is beatable as Rick picks up the magical sword.
You are correct there. 12 hearts was enough to pick up the mags, which does 4 HP of damage. So it's going to give Rick a combat boost as he's going to make his play into level 6, and that's really going to help him because it's a Wizrobe set. Meanwhile, Drone going to go back to this level 8 here. We know level 8 is not the play because there is a book, a heart container, and the magical key. Magical key will help him out in level 9, but no progression here. So this is going to buy Rick some time here, Leslie.
And that's all Rick can hope for is he gets the time he needs to catch up. But the clock is ticking.
We see, I think they rolled either neutral or up, those pancakes, as Rick does find his recorder out of level 6. So I think Rick, it's decision time when he finds that Triforce. He knows, he's got to figure in his mind, looking at his numbers, he's got to know he's behind right now.
Yeah, I'd be feeling behind too.
And you can't fault Drone for making the play to level 8 because, you know, percentage play, it was his best option because none of the 3 items he found. Here's a 2-headed Gleeok. Perhaps this has our floor item, and it's going to go down faster. It's 3 hits for the first head, 2 for the second, but you still have low health. We find our map to level 6. Woo! Decent-sized one.
We had a 42-room level 6 the other night, and yeah, this is definitely not 42, but I'll say it anyway. Name that ink blot.
That's a 31-room level 6, which is actually on the small side when you look at the mean, because I know it can be in like 23, 24 range, but yeah, 42 is, I think, the biggest we've seen in the tournament, but I've had runners claim they've seen a 45-room level 6, and I have to believe it.
I wouldn't be surprised if that happened.
There's a key for
Not
Rick.
this random.
No, nothing surprises me in this case. I mean, we've seen it all so far in this randomizer. We've seen zany ink blots, we've seen close races, we've seen incredible combat, we've seen wild finishes. That's the beauty of this randomizer. Anything can happen.
That's why I love it. That's why I signed up for this tournament, because the flag set looked to be one I could sink my teeth into. Had a good time with it, too.
Still trying to find that second item here in level 6 is Rick. Could be behind these Wizrobes, and he's got to be careful. Even though they go down in 3 hits, you're still going to lose 2 hearts, and now he's down to his last hit. If he gets hit by anything, Got him.
Meanwhile, rcdrone did pick up the any key in level 8.
Yeah, that's a big find there for him, so you won't have to worry about key troubles in level 9. There's another key. Boy, lots of keys here in this particular seed. There's our first appearance of the land molas, the danger noodles, as the Zelda community likes to call them. Nothing there.
Well, these aren't the true danger noodles. They're moving at a slower speed. Wow, that is a very timely name for this ink blot in chat. I like it.
Yeah, without spoiling the results, we could see some history tonight in Game 7 of the World Series. You ever heard of home field advantage, Leslie?
For this particular round, I'm going to ask, is that a thing that even exists?
Exactly. Moving right along, we're in the Chevy room. Ooh, a clock drop on those Vires, so that's 1 heart of damage Rick won't be taking against these enemies, and gets bomb drops up to 10. But we're still looking for that second item here as Drone finds the other bomb upgrade, but again, short on the cash, so he won't be able to purchase it. Little does he know, he's not really missing out on too much.
As that's all it is 2 bombs, but Jiggly saying with another good name for level 6's ink blot, Xenomorph. I actually like that one.
Down to 1 heart again. What's in this room? Nothing. So now Rick is going to check this little nook here on the left side, and he's going to find the compass. Can he get to it without taking a death? Look out. Finds a heart, but that's not going to protect him. He does yoink the compass away from the Gibdo. Now knows where the Triforce is. Rick has explored quite a bit of this level 6. Do you think he's going to feel pot committed to try and find this item? Oh, shoot, it's the raft!
Are you kidding me? That is dirty game!
So...
That's
wow.
unbelievable!
So Rick will be able to get it if he can find this workaround. As Drone finds the book, which he's definitely not interested in. So right now, he's looking for that third item, which we know is a heart container. But Rick making the right play here in level 6. Now he's got to find a way to get to that room without taking a death. He's down to 1 heart. Watch out, Rick. And you can't bomb up.
That's a oh boy.
Yeah, you know what that is, right? This is a vanilla level 5 type segmented. It's not segmented by the laws of shapes, but it's segmented like vanilla level 5 would be. And Drone's done. He's found everything in level 8, so now it's decision time. Where's he going to head next? Considering his whistle choices, he's going to 7 next, which again, we know doesn't have the ramp, but it still could have the silver arrows.
Yeah, so just despite this find, it's not over yet.
Rick did find the workaround to get to that raft, but now he's going to have to go in and out for that raft to spawn in the middle. Drone finding another mug room, but this time has the any key. That's going to act as a free pass, so he loses nothing as Rick gets the raft out of level 6. So right now, he's a bow and silver arrow away from being in Triforce and Goma. We know the bow's in 4, which he still needs to complete. Now he just has to make his way to the Triforce. And I'll tell you, Drone was a room away from being in the raft room. I mean, it's easy to play this game from the commentator's booth, Les, but...
yeah, it definitely is.
And we find our ink blot in level 7. This is a relatively linear one.
Yeah, that is certainly linear, and I've seen a few linear 7s and other dungeons in this tournament.
This is a smaller size level 7, though, because it's generally between 20 and 30 rooms, although I can tell you that level 7 can never be bigger than level 8. We did see a 29-room level 7 earlier, but unfortunately we never found the map in level 8, so we didn't get the opportunity to see if we could disprove that theory. But it is what it is. Drone's trying to find that staircase item. If it's the silver arrows, this race is going to flip yet again, but if it's not silver arrows, Les, we know it's going to be a 9, along with all hail.
Yep. That's all we're after. Red ring was the floor item in 7. I can confirm that for chat. However, the back half of 7 is guarded by blue Wizrobes. This is not easy combat at all, folks.
Yeah, this is where Rick may need to hit that Gamblematic 9000 if he goes into level 7. Excuse me. Good combat there of those Wizrobes. Oh! Is there a workaround? There is no workaround!
Are you kidding me? It's the vanilla bait block in level 7. Chat,
Wow.
that's your cue.
I want to see the silver arrows in the staircase, bait being required. And this could be another thing that could buy Rick time. If that is not where the silver arrows are, that is more time that he's buying Rick here. This race just got spicy all of a sudden, Leslie.
Oh my, this got super interesting in a hurry.
Wow.
Also, chat, name that recorder tune.
When in doubt, guess a Square Enix tune. I didn't hear it because we don't have Drone's audio up.
It was on Rick's side.
Oh. I didn't hear it, though. Anyway, we know the power bracelet and a heart container is here in level 3, so that won't help Rick out. But again, this is a pretty quick 3. He gets his heart container, so he's now up to 13 hearts. That's a lot of hearts.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, you have silver arrows.
Level 6. And get
Drone?
the rat out of a shooting room.
Yeah, getting around that's going to take a lot of time. I mean, even in Drone's caliber, the puzzles that these runners have been set forth tonight by the game have been brutal. As Rick finds his final item, he knows he doesn't need that power bracelet. Now he's just looking for the Triforce. That'll be a 6-piece. Again, this race is still not over. Remember, Rick still has to go back to level 4, complete the Triforce, and get his bow out of there. Drone's got to do this room all over again. I'm telling you right now, if silver arrows are not here in level 7, I think we have a dogfight. I think it's anybody's game.
How this race has definitely been turned on its head, no doubt about it, as Rick gets the Triforce out of level 3.
Here comes the bait. So now he's looking for that staircase. That's going to have the item. Amongst one of these staircases, it's going to have the item. And right now, it's only a 1 in 3 chance that the silver arrows are here tonight. And this is our item right here. This is the moment of truth, folks. What do we have here? Not the silver arrows, it's a heart. Silvers are 9 along with Lord Banana.
That, ladies and gentlemen, we got ourselves a race.
We do indeed.
And as we are going to have a wild finish up in here.
And that's if Rick makes the correct plays here, Leslie. He still has to make the correct plays. And don't forget, Rick does not have jewelry, so keep that in mind. Now, he has 200 rupees. He is in blue ring territory right now, so it's a possibility that if he doesn't stumble upon the red ring in level 7, he may just purchase a blue ring before he goes into 9, considering the comment. You know, we've only seen a couple of Wizrobe dungeons. I wouldn't be shocked if 9 was a Wizrobe set, as Rick's going to get his map, and it is triple segmented.
And it was that blue dark nut room that had it, too.
18 rooms. Well, this could have been quadruple segmented. I've seen 21 room level 4s. That had a chance still, but not to be.
Yeah, since Rick didn't get anything out of 4, he's basically going to be clearing anything that even looks like a drop room.
Don't forget that the bow was
shoot.
free. He's not going for it. He's fine. Here's the bow for Rick, so now he knows he just has to find that staircase and he'll be set. But he's down to half a heart. Oh boy!
Makes it through the door.
Doesn't have any arrows either. Doesn't have any arrows.
So he's gonna have to tee up and let it fly.
Oh, that's too close, Rick. You can't be petting the bunnies this late in the game.
Yeah, can't be hugging bunnies now.
Now Drone is in level 6, the correct play. This is going to get him. This is going to get him his raft, which will lead him to level 9, where the silver arrows are. In fact, we can mark that on our maps now.
Yeah, but here's the thing. rcdrone does not have the map. It could be a bit before he finds it, but knowing how drone routes, it may not be that long.
Yep, you never know. You never know. Rick's going to fill it up at the fairy fountain. I think he's going to go back to level 4 and try it again. But of course, he could go to level 7 as well. Choices here.
At this point, if I'm Rick, I just say, I gotta go to 9. I don't have a choice. It's my only chance.
And Rick's not taking any chances. He does not want to take another death to Pole's voices. He's buying the wood arrows. Smart play. But this could put level 2 back in play for Rick. Which is what he's doing.
Oh man, he's falling for the exact same thing rcdrone did moments ago. I can't
fell for the trap.
I can't fault him for it.
And he can't fault him for it, but he took the bait, hook, line, and sinker. But at least it's not going to take him long. Still, you need 3 arrows, so hopefully he does it in one more cycle. That's going to be tough. Can be done. Oh, so close. So it's not going to lose him too much time. Drone now finds the raft. Now he's got to get to it somehow, and Rick finds the scrap metal, and he dodges it. So he's done with this level 2, but he doesn't want to up an A because he does not want to go back to 3 hearts. He wants to keep his health for level 4. So Drone is going to be the first to level 9. It's still a race, though. It is still a race. It depends, though, on how fast it takes Rick to complete 4 and 7.
I don't anticipate him being in 7 long. Maybe he just stops for the red ring room. That'll be it.
Absolutely. Of course, no compass for Rick. And of course, we know that the staircase was behind the 3rd segmented part, that big segment in on the top. Do you really think the old man has rcdrone support or even AdirondackRick support?
Nah, I think he's just saying that because...
He's paid to say it. Now, the drone, unfortunately, same thing that happened to Rick. He's going to have to clear this room, exit, and re-enter to pick up his prize. That raft is being quite trolly tonight.
Whew, yes, it has been. Holy smokes.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are going into the 9th inning in Game 7 of the World Series. Which one's going to finish first?
Good question, because who knows between baseball in the 9th inning, Zelda 1 rando in level 9, both of those are equalizers in their own way.
Rick finds the white sword, he already has mag, so 53 flat in, Drone the first one to level 9. Les, we're looking for a roar and a door. Explain that to us, folks.
A roar and a door. So is what we're after. The roar is basically Ganon, with how loud he is, you hear him in a neighboring room. That room can be north, south, east, or west. As for the door, it's a single shutter door that stays shut when you clear a room that's full of enemies. Not this room, because rcdrone entered that way. This room's got 2 shutters, so that's not it. The single shutter door that stays shut when you clear the room is where the kidnapped is hiding. In Drone's case, it's Zelda.
Also remember, we are on the hunt for the silver arrows here in level 9. We have the silver arrows and the wooden boomerang as the 2 items here in level 9. 6 sets of transport staircases, 2 item staircases, unless you have the off chance that level 9 is segmented. Extraordinarily rare, but we have seen it before in the past.
This could be a staircase.
That's 2 sets of transport staircases, and he has taken them all. And this is a great play, so if he can check all the spots off on the map, because that is going to narrow his odds.
And there's the roar.
So Drone knows where Ganon is. He's either to the right or to the north of that room. Oh my goodness! Quicksilver!
Quicksilver striking again. RC Drone's ready to take on Ganon, but if Ganon is to the right, we cannot hear him over that Dig Dogger.
Ooh. And Rick quickly gets his Triforce out of level 7. He is ready to go into level 9, folks, but it may just be too little too late unless Zelda is the greatest hide-and-seek player in the world. But ladies and gentlemen, here's Ganon. We need 8 hits with the white sword. A high roll driver will cost him 1 heart. Here we go. There's 1 hit. 2. There's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Down goes Ganon. We've got bacon. Drone gets his Triforce of power. Now looking for the single shutter door room that automatically opens, but Drone's going to check the exceptions first because Zelda could be next door here to the right. Since she is!
Oh my Lanta. Sometimes the breaks just fall your way, other days it just does not. That's the nature of Randomizer, all our players know it. But RC Drone has finished off this seed, this race, and this series with an official SRL time of 55 minutes, 34 seconds. Get your GGs in chat, folks.
Wow, Zelda and Ganon in back-to-back rooms, a 2-minute and 34-second level 9, as Matt Vaskersian would say, Santa Maria! That was crazy. I mean, Rick put up a valiant effort to come back and make it a race, but in the end, Drone's early routing was just too much.
That and wow, this 9. When silvers are a 9, I have not seen it go that fast before, so that's a first for me.
Wow, and I thought there was... Drone has been putting up sub-hour, sub-50, sub-40 this entire tournament. The way this seed was shaping up, I thought we were going to see something rarely happen. A seed going longer than an hour, and Drone proved everyone wrong. The great equalizer definitely did not strike tonight.
If anything, the great equalizer was the one that got equalized.
I want to say level 4 was probably it, because you remember that Rick bailed early because he took a death to the pool's voices. Maybe if he doesn't take that death, perhaps this race turns out a little bit differently. But as they say, it is what it is, and Drone punches his ticket to the semifinals against Thorwolf.
That is going to be one heck of a semifinal for sure, without a doubt. Stay tuned for that. That's going to be a heck of a series as we are joined by our winner, RC Drone. Congratulations. That was one heck of a race.
Hey, thanks.
Tell you what, your early routing, as usual, impeccable. Just really, really good job. But then the game threw you a curveball at the end because you had to try and find the raft. And of course, as fate would have it, it was the last possible spot as Rick finds the other item in level 9, which was the wooden boomerang. Man, speaking of level 9, Leslie was pointing it out. That might be the fastest level 9 we have ever seen where you needed to find the silver arrows. 2 minutes and 34 seconds.
Yeah, that might be a record for me too. I was not expecting to finish 9 that fast.
Just simply unbelievable. That is one of the best level 9s under the circumstances that I've ever seen. I thought there was no possible way, you know, considering what this seed threw at you, Drone, I thought there was no possible way you were cracking sub-hour. But you did it again. Congratulations. So you're moving on to the semifinals against Thorwolf, which, in my opinion, is going to be a match for the ages.
Yeah, he's definitely, you know, top runner. He's been to the top of SRL. As we know, points mean everything.
Not to mention a former finalist.
Yes, former finalist. This is the highest I've ever placed, so I'm happy about that.
Yeah, you were
at least tied for third.
Yeah, tied for third. This is at the very least. So, very interesting turn of events that could be happening here. So, I mean, you could be facing Crystal Saver or Random Effect in the finals potentially. It's very interesting to see what happens, and of course, we still have the Unos and Sidetown match to go. You could be facing off against either one of them as well. But what are your thoughts about we can't get ahead of ourselves. You know, what are your thoughts about your upcoming match? You've already talked about how great Thorwolf is, but what are your thoughts about it? Is this a matchup that might, you know, make you a little bit nervous?
Yeah, it's a coin flip. I mean, racing randomizers kind of, and just racing speedruns in general, like, you're not really affecting your opponent. You're kind of just playing with yourself and just hoping your time beats your opponent's time. So I probably could just play the way I've been playing. I don't metagame. I never metagame. I would just feel really bad to try to metagame and then lose because I metagamed, so I just never metagame. And yeah, the lower half of the bracket is just a bloodbath.
Man,
I'm glad I picked up the #1 seed.
Here's Zelda, but unfortunately we can't defeat her just yet because he has not found the silver arrows, but there was an alternate path to get there, and lucky for Rick, he's able to bomb down. Now, he's nearby silver arrows, though, I do believe.
Yeah, I think so, too.
That's a transport staircase, but Rick's gonna take it. That's gonna take him away from everything. And that's what level 9 is known as the Great Equalizer. Let's say Rick had like a 10-minute lead on rcdrone, and he took the path to San Jose, and Drone took the path to Albuquerque. That's the reason why, folks. Now Rick's going back. Tell you what, Rick's late game routing, though, and he did pick up the magical sword, incidentally was no more than 12 hearts. I know you're not really much of a player of the magical sword unless it's clearly on the path to, you know, vanilla level 6, and that's where level 9 is or whatever, but Rick's late game routing, as we do see him pick up the silver arrows here, he's going to finish very, very shortly here. Please make sure you give both of our runners a follow, rcdrone and AdirondackRick, putting up an exciting match tonight. rcdrone, great early game routing. Rick, great late game routing. Very, very good runners. I mean, Rick deserves to be where he is right now because he's really improved over the last couple of randomizer tournaments, and he's going to be a force to be reckoned with as for real now. Here's Zelda. So we're looking for 4 hits with the magical sword. He did pick up the red ring in level 7, so a high roll driver will cost him 1 heart. So, or not a high roll driver, this will be a nice warm Zelda hug in this case. 3. And 4, down goes the princess. He'll pick up his Triforce of Wisdom, and if Rick goes to the right, which he does, get your GGs out for Rick. He's going to finish this race. A very valiant effort. That time is going to win a lot of the time, but not quite good enough this evening.
Official SRL time for AdirondackRick, 1 hour, 2 minutes, 18 seconds. Definitely get your GGs in chat. This was a heck of a tournament run for Rick.
Oh, absolutely. A very, very good story. A feel-good story for AdirondackRick, who I've worked with in the commentators booth many, many times. GG to him for putting up quite a valiant effort throughout this entire tournament. He was the highest seed left in this tournament, the number 25 seed, making it to the quarterfinals, but unfortunately tonight, his fantastic run will come to an end.
I've also had the pleasure of doing commentary with Rick and commentating a number of his races in the past. Always a pleasure.
Oh, by the way, Leslie Pro, I was right. Remember what I said? When in doubt, guess a Square Enix game. Pretty darn sure that Secret of Mana qualifies.
Yes, that it does.
And with that, we do have our runner-up, AdirondackRick, here in the commentator's booth with us. GG, I'll tell you what, you put up a very valiant effort. Your late game routing was exceptionally good. It put you back into this race because Drone had to look at the very last possible spot to find his raft in level 6. He actually went to level 7, which was much quicker for you. And you want to know something? The second item turned out to be bait block, and all it had was a heart container. So you definitely gained time on him, but his early routing was just enough.
Yeah, you know, that number there next to my death, there's kind of enough said. I took some really unfortunate deaths, and I know I lost a lot of time due to it. I know level 6, again, the level 6 location had a couple of essential items, and I know that opened up the seed. But you have to play at the top of your game if you're going to beat Drone. And I know I didn't play at the very, very top of my game. I made a couple of mistakes, and combat wise, I just took some sloppy deaths. And like I said, you can't do that against a top runner like Drone. And tonight was a case of it.
Yeah, the death that you took in your first dive of level 4, when you took the death to those Poles' voices, that sent you away from the bow, and you didn't come back until much later. If that death doesn't happen, who knows? Could have been a photo finish.
I took the death after grabbing the bow, and my idea at that point...
The first dive.
The first dive, I didn't even make it to that room because I didn't have ladder at that time.
Yeah, I believe Rick died in the blue Dark Nut room that had the map.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The problem is I got myself blocked in certain ways early on. Like level 5 was just one of those kind of levels where I didn't want to dig that early on, seeing that I didn't get any bombs from the overworld and whatnot. And it's one of those cases where I know getting the ladder out of 1 when I did helped out, because it did lead to the 1. It was just the deaths that I took just were very, very
right
unnecessary. And
you were the first to get the ladder. You were the first to delve into Spectacle Rock, which had level 1, which had the ladder. So that helped you out tremendously, gave you the early advantage on RC Drone. It didn't take them too much terribly longer to make the same play, but you were the first to find that ladder.
Yeah, noping out of 1, or I said noping out of 4. I'll have to watch this one back just to take a look at it, but I'm just trying to think at this point. But again, when you take the deaths that I take and make the moves that I ended up moving, have to go back to 4 for what turned out to be a 3rd time later on, and going back to 2 just to find out that Goma had a magical boomerang. It's just, those things add up, and again, I can't make those kind of mistakes against a runner like Drone. He's way too good at the vanilla game. He's way too good at Randomizer to be able to get away with those kind of mistakes like I may have been able to in earlier rounds. And Drone is going to be a tough cookie moving on to into the semifinals, and I would love to see him go all the way.
Well, this could be Drone's year. I mean, the way he's been putting away these seeds left and right. I mean, he has absolutely been at the top of his game. He could be the one to beat in the entire tournament. Who knows? Drone so far, he's been keeping his bracket perfect. He's been 8-0 in the bracket stages. So congratulations, RC Drone, moving on to the semifinals against Thurwolf. Going to be a challenging an opponent, but if you get past him, you make it to your first championship. What do you think about that?
I think that would be pretty cool.
You got this, Drone. You got this.
All right, and congratulations to you, Rick, as well. A very, very outstanding tournament. You made it to the quarterfinals this season. How do you feel? You got as far as you did. I mean, your randomizer play has definitely improved over the last couple of tournaments. I mean, you really impressed us this tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Well, my thoughts was maybe I might make it to the top 16. Maybe I might make it to the quarterfinals if everything works out in a particular direction. But, I can't be upset about how deep I made it into this tournament. And, this is the deepest I've made it into a Z1R tournament. And I'm happy with where I finished. It's unfortunate that I'm done in this tournament. Like, I would have loved to have been able to at least take a game off of Drone. But again, like I said, when the seed comes down to 5 deaths versus 1, it's quite a big number, and I've got to work on all costs to smarting up my randomizer play to prevent those kind of deaths, to prevent those kind of nasty deaths that happen that take you away from the scent of the seed. I had a chance and I couldn't pull through with it. But, again, I'm happy with where I ended up in this tournament. It was a fantastic tournament. I did kind of go into it worried that I wasn't going to even put together a good showing, but as the weeks progressed, I started really getting groove together, and I think the fact that I made it into the quarterfinals and was the lowest seed to make it into the quarterfinals at number 25 just definitely says something about the quality of this field, and I should be very, very happy about where I ended up finishing. I mean, shout out to the other admins amongst myself, the other 4 admins. They did a great job putting together this tournament, and you know, with this loss, I stepped to the side, go into a commentary booth maybe a little more often here now that we're in the semifinals and the quarterfinals, and who knows?
100%, Rick. Absolutely expect to see you in the commentators booth for the Grand Championship, regardless of who it's against. I expect to see you there, my friend.
Well, we'll see. We'll see when it gets scheduled. I mean, certain things can happen, but GG's to you, Drone. Good luck. Kick butt, okay?
Hey, thanks, Rick. And congrats for making the top 8.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Thank you very much, Drone.
Yeah, congrats on top 8, Rick. You put on a heck of a run as I've watched you play Zelda 1 Rando for a couple of years now. This was definitely your best run.
Indeed. Let's hear it for Rick, everybody, who made it to the quarterfinals. A great performance by AdirondackRick. GG.
Thank you very much, and thanks for the commentary.
You betcha. And again, once again, congratulations to rcdrone moving on to the semifinals against Thorwolf. Details and when that match is going to start. Make sure you're watching that document to find out when their races are going to be, because I'm telling you, it's going to be one heck of a matchup. So, any final questions or thoughts before we wrap things up tonight, Leslie?
I feel like I just sat through one of the best races of the tournament. And the fact that I got to call it with you, Laws, made this one a lot of fun, as
Absolutely.
always.
This has been one heck of a night full of exciting randomizer races. Again, Crystal Saver and Random Effect earlier. I'm not going to spoil the results, but fastest cumulative race time in the tournament by far. Watch it. You will not be disappointed. That was a great one, too. Speaking of great races, we have some more coming in store tomorrow and on November 1st as we kick off the month of November. Tomorrow night, the final match between Unos and Sidetown. Winner moves on to the semifinals against either Crystal Saver or Random Effect. And Game 2 of that match will take place on the 1st at 10 p.m. Eastern on Randomania, whereas the Unos and Sidetown match will be at 9 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. That is also going to be on Randomania. Boy, I can't wait to see how this tournament unfolds. It's already been an amazing one, Leslie.
Absolutely has, without a shadow of a doubt. And as far as I'm concerned, the best is yet to come. So stay tuned, folks.
Absolutely. And with that, that is going to draw our coverage of the quarterfinals to a close here on Speed Gaming. So, on behalf of our 2 runners, rcdrone and AdirondackRick, please make sure you both give them a follow. They were absolutely tremendous tonight and throughout the entire tournament. Also, our tracker, the Dead Boy, and my commentator partner, Leslie Pro 04, make sure you give them both a follow as well. And for everyone here on Speed Gaming and all of our Speed Gaming family of networks, I'm LOZ Cards Fan 23, Leslie Pro 04. You have the last word.
Wow. We have seen a lot of great stuff, and I'll be honest in saying that, and I've said this before, I'll say it again, playing in this tournament gave me new perspective in this particular randomizer, and tonight I can tell you that we witnessed one of the classics. And as for Rick, I know he's going to be back for sure. And yes, the quality of the players and the quality of the field is getting better and better, but that just means through the end of this tournament and then into next tournament, it's just going to be even more exciting. So if you think that this was exciting, as well as the earlier race that Laws mentioned, you ain't seen nothing yet. So stay tuned, folks. Have a good night, guys. See you next time.